So I was just at my local park and I found this little beech seedling right here. This was just popping right up out of the ground right under the mother tree. So I was able to just reach down quick and grab it, and yeah, not too bad. I love the first little leaves that these things get. They're super cool looking. So what I want to do today is I'm going to actually pot it up in this pot right here that I got from a thrift store. So this was actually created by somebody named Ellen W. This must be their B1 pot. So I picked this up for, I think it was like $4, something like that. Nothing too crazy. And I drilled a hole into it. I was going to do it in the center, but I didn't want to wreck this person's name. So I did mess up a little bit on the inside, but oh well. You're never going to see that. So let's pot this up. All right, so here's our drainage screen right here. So I put a little bit of extra just regular potting soil in here just to help this one along a little bit. Not quite a full bonsai mix, but I wanted to make sure that it got some nutrients and stuff since it's still pretty young. There we go. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's get some water on it. There we go. All right, so we'll watch this one pretty carefully and see how it grows and see it develop into the future. So really excited about this little beech tree because I only have one beech tree at the moment because my other beech tree died. So let's watch this and see how it develops. So I figured if I'm talking about beech trees, I might as well pull out my other beech tree that I have and do a little bit of a repot on this one. So when I repotted this one, I think I put it in a pot that is way too small because this one has not really grown that much in a year. So what I want to do is take it out of this current pot and up pot it into something a little bit bigger so that it has more room to grow and that it can not be as stunted as it is. I also want to give this one a bit of a branch prune and maybe even a little bit of a root prune. So let's get at it. All right, so let's get this thing out of the pot. It's pretty firm. Oh, decent amount of roots, decent amount of roots. Yeah, this thing was way too small. You know what? Let's work away at these roots because it's not that root bound, but let's still give it a little bit of a root prune. So let's get at it. All right, that'll do it for now. Let's clean some of this up and wash off these roots. So I'll be right back. All right, and we are back with some cleaner roots. I still got a little bit of perlite attached to these, but it's fine. So we have a couple issues here. Number one, this is a little bit long, so we're gonna cut that back. These roots kind of go in and then go out, then come back in, so we got to clean that up. Not a whole lot going on here, so we're not going to get super crazy, but some of these roots that are going in funny directions, we're going to have to do something about. So we'll do a little bit of work here. So let's get our scissors out. All right, first off, I want to get rid of some of these longer roots that are not necessary. Doing nothing for the tree. Just first off, cut this one back. I think I need to get rid of this bottom one because these two are crossing over top of each other. This one I think I'm gonna have to get rid of because it goes down, then goes up and curves around. So we're gonna get rid of this one right here. And hopefully that will continue to go down. This one's coming in at a funny angle. I think I'm gonna get rid of it here. This one I think I'll get rid of around here. I think that's all I'm going to do. Like I said, I didn't want to get too crazy with this one. So we're just gonna leave it at that. There's really not a lot going on over on this side anymore. It's very much one-sided. But yeah, we're gonna stick to that right there. I think that's enough root pruning for today. So let's get this in some fresh soil and a new pot. All right, so the pot I'm going to use is this plastic one right here. So what I want to do is I'm just going to put 2 drainage screens on here. And yeah, so this pot is about, I would say at least double the size of the last one. Let me bring that out. Here's the last one. So as you can tell, very much bigger, maybe even 3 times bigger, because you can probably fit this in there 3 different times. Yeah, so I think this will be a good upgrade for the beech tree, and hopefully it will grow a lot better in this one. So yeah, let's pot this up. All right, we got our 2 drainage screens here, so let's plop those onto there. And let's start getting some soil in there. All right, that'll do for now. Let's get some water on this quick. All right, here we go. All righty. And you know what, I think as I'm looking at this, I do want to do a little bit of a trim on it because we do have this junction here where there's too many branches coming out at once. So I think I want to remedy that a little bit. So let me take a quick think on this, how I'm going to prune this up. So let's take a look and see what we got going on here. So we have, as far as directions where branches are coming out, this branch, and this branch are all facing this direction. This branch is the only one that is actually coming out in this direction. And then we have 2 branches in the back, this one and this one, that are facing out that direction. And then this one right here is the only one that is facing out that way. So, with that being said, this branch right here might be an option to keep because it's the only one on that side. And these two up here are kind of competing with each other on which one is going to be the leader. So, what to do? I think my first choice is in this junction of 3 right here, kind of 4, but this one's off up a little bit higher. In this junction right here, it kind of is all 4 of them right there. They all go over in separate directions. So the goal is that I want to have a staggering of branches coming out in different directions. I don't want them all clumped up into one section. I'd like it to be like this branch coming out that way, then another one up here coming out that way, then this one up here coming out that way, so that they're all not clumped together and they can breathe and the branches have enough light so that, you know, the leaves get light. So my first thought is this one right here has this one right above it that I don't want that. So I think this is my first obvious choice to get rid of, this one here. So let's do that. Actually, let's use these other snips right here. So let's get rid of this one. And just kind of clean that up a little bit. All right, so we got rid of one. I do think that the next one, I think I actually want to keep this one down here and maybe get rid of this one right here because it does have another one right above it that I think I can keep. Or do I get rid of this one and keep that one? I think you're on the money there, Dave. I think you get rid of this one and keep that one. So let's do that. Let's get rid of that one there. All right. Now, I'm not a huge fan of this one kind of competing with the leader here, but it doesn't super bother me. I kind of want to see which one will grow better this year, so I'm just going to leave that as is. Now the question is, do I get rid of these two and keep this one right here, this one? Or do I get rid of these two and keep the one in the back? Or do I get rid of both of these here and keep that one? I'm kind of leaning towards keeping this one right here and having it look something like that, because these all bunched up right there are no good for me. I think this is the one I do. I think I keep this one and get rid of these two. So yeah, let's do it. One down. Two down. Just clean this up a little bit more. It does look like I have a little bud right here. So I'm just gonna get rid of that because I don't want that. So I think that's where we're at with this one. I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. All right, and I think that's it for this one today. So yeah, this one's looking pretty good. We got it in a lot bigger of a pot right now. I got a little bit of a root prune on this, a little bit of a branch prune. So hopefully this thing will bud out soon and you know, have a successful year. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. I'm excited to see where the seedling goes that I picked up. So yeah, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.